Hi, hello. I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus to do a combined 3 and 4 week update. I do apologize. I meant to get a 3 week update up. Life just got kind of hectic, actually. I was preparing to go back to work and some stuff came up with a friend, and yeah, I just really didn't have time. So anyway, here I am. Not that much happened in week 3 anyway. It was puree. I hadn't yet started soft food, so it was kind of a nothing week, I guess. But as far as the puree goes, I did put up a what I ate in a day video, so that might have given you a little bit of an insight, and really nothing else happened that week. So I didn't have a great loss week 3, but this week just gone, it's been pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with my loss. I think total I'm down 17.3 kilos now, including my pre-op diet. So yeah, that's it's kind of exciting. I'm feeling it. I'm starting to feel the weight loss, I think. Some of my clothes are now too big. Some clothes that were already kind of big on me are now too big. And I put my work uniform on, and it's a little too big as well. So being 4 weeks post-op, it was about time I went back to work. And I had my return to work medical actually on Friday. It's Tuesday today, so I had my medical on Friday. I actually went in and it was the quickest thing ever, really. I mean, it did take it wasn't probably the quickest thing ever, but my original medical was a 2-hour appointment and it went well over time. It involved like a physical, a drug test, a hearing test, vision tests, everything like that, and also a meeting with the doctor. And it was at that appointment that it really did hit home to me that my weight was a real problem, because he told me that he would pass me and that it was fine, but if I came back in 5 years any heavier, I would fail. So or I was at a lot of risk of failing. I had to have a sleep apnea test as it was, and I was a little nervous that I would have to retake that sleep apnea test. Only nervous because it was annoying, basically. It just, it takes a night, obviously. My results take a while to come back. It's expensive. I had to pay out of pocket. But I didn't have to have it, which is really great. It was really quite straightforward. I had a letter from my doctor saying I was right to go back, and the doctor at the medical was just basically like, okay, do you feel okay? She had me do some up, down, around. Can you squat? Can you touch your toes? Can you reach up straight? Can you bend to this side? Can you bend to this side? Things like that. And then, I was good to go. Monday rolled around, came very, 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 very quickly. Going back to work, I really hoped I could get a lot of rest in the last days beforehand, but I was helping a friend with something for 2 days, which was very busy. And then I went to an Adele concert, actually, which was fantastic. I'm not the hugest Adele fan in the world, but I tell you what, I'm much more of a fan now having seen her live. She just is fantastic. So, and then I went back to work. Yesterday was my first day back at work, and it was absolutely brutal. I have DOMS, which stands for delayed onset muscle soreness, and that's the pain you get after you work out. I had a really physical day. I had one of the most physical days that I am likely to have in my job. Coincidentally, first day back, it's just the job I was allocated. So I'm sore now, basically. And then today I had a much easier day. I did some actual driving, and it was really good to get back. Yesterday I didn't really feel like I was as physical as it was. I wasn't really doing my job. It's my biggest symptom, my biggest complaint this week is the fatigue. It's downright exhaustion. I mean, I worked yesterday. I really only worked maybe 5 hours. And by the time I got home, my body felt like it was the middle of the night. I don't know for any shift workers out there or anyone who's had to get up in the middle of the night for some reason, but that feeling when you've woken up at 1 a.m. or something and you just feel like it's so wrong to be awake. That's how my body felt. And I had started at, 7 in the morning, so it wasn't ridiculous. But yeah, by the end of the day, my body was just putting me to sleep, basically. That sounds very dramatic, doesn't it, putting me to sleep? It was taking over, being we have to sleep now. I mean, we have to rest. So I came home from work and I literally went and took myself to bed and slept for 2.5 hours. And then today I worked, 8 till 4. So a really reasonable day and not a particularly busy day. And then I had to do the same thing. I came home and I went to sleep. And the absolute downright exhaustion that I have felt is, I mean, I don't think I've ever been this exhausted on enough sleep. Every other time I've been exhausted, I've had a good reason, I haven't been sleeping enough or what have you, or I'm on a weird shift, but I just, I've been knocked for a six. I can't even describe it. Like, very simple things have been hard for me these last 2 days. So, the other thing is staying hydrated at work. I work in a job where I can kind of drink all day, but I have to kind of manage my drinking because I don't have the opportunity to go to the loo. Like, I can't just jump off to the toilet at any time. So I feel pressure to manage that. And I think that will be a career-long thing. But then it's complicated again by my eating. And so I just have been tending not to eat much at work. So I can drink, but I think that is going to be a real struggle for me, and something that I'm just gonna have to get my bladder like iron strong, so that I can just drink all day and just hold it, basically, which I'm pretty good at anyway. But yeah, like, I think I'm just gonna really have to work on that and really push myself to drink even when I feel like maybe I don't want to. So just quickly, I wanted to mention that I have 2 NSVs this week, actually just, in this week just gone, and they're quite related. So I went to the Adele concert on Saturday night, and when I got there, it's like stadium seating, it's all tiny, it's all cramped. That kind of situation normally would make me really uncomfortable, and it didn't. And no one sat to my right, actually, which probably helped, but I wasn't jammed next to my friend on my left like I normally would be. I really do think that there was a difference, and that I was much more comfortable, and it was just so much more of an enjoyable experience than it would have been 17 kilos heavier. Like, I just can't tell you the shift. It's probably mostly mental, the shift, but I just felt so much better, so much more relaxed, so much less in the way, so much less judged. So, as much as I'm still morbidly obese, I did feel so much better. And the other thing that made me really happy was, in the kind of train that we have in Melbourne, some of them anyway, there's a little single seat, and it has like a single seat with like a pole that goes along one side of the seat, and the other side is a wall. So it's just kind of jammed in against like the front or the back end of the train. And I tried to sit in that seat once before because it was the only seat available some time ago. And I couldn't, I got in, but the pole was like jammed into my thigh quite dramatically, like jammed in there. And on the way home from Adele, I took the train home, and there were plenty of other seats actually, but I saw this seat and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to sit in that seat. And I sat in that seat, and the pole touched my leg and the wall touched my leg on the other side. Still only a, kind of a narrow seat, but I fit, and that was a really great feeling. That was like next level NSV, I think. That was really exciting. It'll be even more exciting when I fit and don't touch. That'll be like a very big achievement. But yeah, so I'm really stoked, because as much as the numbers are important, it's the NSVs that really do kind of touch me, I guess, and make me really, really happy and really glad that I did this. And one of my workmates today was like, how are you going? No regrets. That was his question. And my answer to that was, no regrets, not at all. But it got me thinking, and it got me appreciating just how much I do not have any regrets. As hard as this is, as much as I have to suffer through the foamies, or I'm running to the loo because I ate something, I drank some milk that I shouldn't have or something, or as much as, people are telling me you cheated, or whatever it is, as much as I am dead exhausted, I have absolutely no regrets. I actually started soft food yesterday, so I'm supposed to graduate to soft food today, and as I did with puree, I started early. Just because I was going back to work, I did a cook up, and I thought I'll just take this food, which is probably a bit risky actually because I was at work. And I did get the foamies a little bit. I didn't mention, but some weeks ago I got the foamies quite dramatically from eating. What was I eating? I think pureed black beans. And they weren't any thicker, but maybe I ate a little quicker than normal. But I started soft food, and I made some little egg muffins, which is no muffin at all. It's just egg in muffin cases. I made tiny little mini ones. And eating that at work, I then got like quite subtle foamies, nothing dramatic. But other than that, it did go down eventually, and I have felt fine. I made some spinach and ricotta cannelloni, and I made the tiniest little cannelloni in wonton wrappers, which is an idea that I've got off Facebook from a bariatric group. And and I've been eating a bit of cheese. I've been eating still like Wheat Bix and some like yogurt with protein powder mixed in. You know, not a dramatic change, but I do feel better for having gone to soft food. I just feel like if I feel like if something strikes my fancy, I don't have to blend it to eat it, which is nice. Another change that I'm feeling is, you can't see them yet, I don't think. Yeah, you really can't see them yet, and it's a little shadowy in here, but I can feel my collarbones. And I find myself sitting there touching them. It's really interesting, isn't it? Like they just feel really pronounced to me now, and my knees feel knobblier as well. Knobblier? Sorry, it's weird. Yeah, and my shoulders as well. My bra straps have become too big. The cups are not so bad, but the straps keep falling off my shoulders, so I had to adjust them as tight as they'll go. So I'm gonna have to buy new bras, I think, which is frustrating because it's so expensive, but this is just part of the process, I guess. It's, again, very good problem to have, I think. So but it's totally fun to notice changes in your body. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I actually have two people in my life who, one an acquaintance and one a very good friend, who want to have weight loss surgery and are struggling to, one of them's on the waiting list and one is trying to afford weight loss surgery. And so that's an interesting perspective because they were both quite interested in me, and I think, you know, I'm sure they'll be watching me and my success, hopefully my success, fingers crossed, touch wood. Yeah, so it's nice to be able to be that person for someone, because for me, you know, as I said, there were acquaintances, and then my mum, who were role models for me. So it's interesting then, you know, down the track to be a role model for someone else. I mean, my weight loss so far has not been astounding. I don't look that different, but one day hopefully I will. So that's nice. That's really nice. So anyway, that's all I've got to say. I rabbited on for longer than I thought I would, but yeah. I will be back, and I think I will do a what I ate in a day on soft food, so you can look out for that next. Although it's not going to be all that exciting because I'm still eating kind of the same things. But yeah, that will probably be up next on my channel, and that's that for another week, or in this case 2 weeks. So thanks so much. I really appreciate everyone tuning back in. Bye.